Not many people realize this, but long ago, a being named Thoth, known as the master of the hidden realms, left behind a secret. It wasn't a treasure in gold or words carved in stone. It was something more powerful, an energy secret. A code that doesn't just change how you feel inside, but can shift the very reality you live in. This secret is part of something ancient and universal, known as the law of vibration. According to this law, everything, your thoughts, your emotions, your words, emits energy. This energy travels out from you like a ripple in water. It shapes your world, even if you can't see it doing so. Within this law, there are three important forces working behind the scenes. First, there's your will, the inner fire that makes you take action. Then there's love, the most powerful, high-frequency emotion a human can feel. And finally, there's your voice, your words, which are more than just sound. They're tools for building reality. Every time you speak, especially with emotion behind it, you send out energy that affects the world around you. Your heart, believe it or not, is the engine that powers this energy. It doesn't just pump blood. It sends out an electromagnetic field that can stretch far beyond your body. The way you feel, joy, sadness, fear, hope, it all influences this field. When your emotions are in harmony, your field expands. When they're heavy or chaotic, your field contracts. And this field is constantly interacting with the universe, attracting situations, people, and events that match its frequency. Think of this field like a radio signal. You're always broadcasting something. The question is, are you aware of what you're sending out? Most people aren't. They think life just happens to them. But in truth, much of what we experience starts inside us, with the feelings we hold and the thoughts we repeat. Now imagine you're standing in front of a massive, glowing light at the center of the universe. This light doesn't have a shape or a name. It's just pure potential, waiting to become something. When it begins to pulse and move, it creates vibrations. These vibrations become patterns, and those patterns, over time, become everything: matter, emotion, thought, form. That's how reality is shaped, not by force, but by rhythm and energy. You can think of energy like a vast ocean, still, deep, silent. But it's the vibration, the movement, that turns it into waves, into motion, into life. Without vibration, energy would just sit there, unformed and unused. But when you add vibration, it becomes something. It starts creating. This is where you come in. You are made of energy. Every cell, every thought, every beat of your heart is energy in motion. But more than that, you are also a vibrational being. You don't just hold energy, you shape it. Every time you think or feel something, you are creating a pattern, a vibration. And that vibration doesn't stay inside you. It moves outward and influences what shows up in your life. That's why some people seem to live in constant chaos, while others flow more peacefully. It's not luck, it's vibration. We're all emitting frequencies all the time, and those frequencies act like magnets. They attract experiences that match their tone. So if someone walks through life constantly angry or afraid, they'll often find reasons to feel that way. But if someone begins to vibrate joy, hope, or peace, the world around them begins to change. Most people live reactively. They let the world around them determine how they feel. But those teachings remind us, vibration is not something that happens to you, it's something you choose. You can shift your frequency. You can train yourself to stay in alignment with what you truly want. It takes awareness, practice, and care. But it's possible. Your body is like a musical instrument. Every thought is a note. Every emotion is a melody. If you think loving thoughts, your melody is soft and welcoming. If you think fearful thoughts, your melody is dark and heavy. And this melody doesn't just affect you, it shapes how others feel around you, how opportunities show up, how your health responds, even how your dreams unfold. And here's what makes this even more real. Science now supports it. In a famous experiment, scientists discovered that when tiny particles like electrons are observed, they behave differently. Just the act of watching them changes how they move. That means consciousness, awareness, literally shapes the world. What you focus on, what you observe, what you believe, sends out a signal that affects reality at a fundamental level. Your thoughts and feelings aren't just happening in your head. They are shaping the fabric of your world. Think of your mind like a garden. Every thought is a seed. Your feelings are the water, and your vibration is the fruit. You can't grow peace if you're planting fear. You can't manifest love if you're watering your mind with doubt. The universe gives you what you vibrate, not just what you wish for. This is where an ancient truth begins to make sense. As within, so without. What's going on inside you, your beliefs, emotions, focus, is mirrored in your outer world. Life doesn't happen randomly. It reflects what you carry in your heart and hold in your mind. If your life feels heavy, confusing, or full of conflict, it's a signal. Not to blame yourself, but to tune into your own energy. To ask, what am I really feeling? What am I really sending out? Even your body responds to this vibrational truth. Every emotion is stored not just in your mind, but in your cells. Fear contracts the body. Love opens it. Joy makes you feel light. Sadness slows you down. These feelings aren't just abstract, they have real, physical effects. When you start to align your emotions with how you want to feel, not just reactively, but on purpose, you begin to create coherence in your body and mind. And at the center of all of this is your heart. The heart is more than a physical organ. It's your vibrational center. It sends out signals that are far stronger than those from the brain. That's why when you feel something deeply, like love or gratitude, you feel a kind of inner expansion. It's not your imagination. It's your energy field responding. When your heart and mind are in sync, when your thoughts match your feelings, you create a powerful current that flows through your whole being. This current not only affects your health and mood, it affects your surroundings. People feel it. Opportunities align. Life flows. The words you speak also carry power. Words aren't just sounds. They are vibrations. Every word you say, especially with emotion, sends a signal into the universe. That's why speaking with intention, whether through prayer, affirmations, or even conversation, is a sacred act. Words are like spells. They create or destroy. They attract or push away. So choose them wisely. Speak love, speak peace, speak truth. There are many ways to raise your vibration. One of the simplest is to return to a moment in your memory when you felt pure joy or peace. Close your eyes and feel it as if it's happening now. That memory carries a frequency. When you relive it, you re-enter that frequency. It's like tuning an instrument. Another simple tool is your breath. Slow, deep breathing calms your system and aligns your energy. Just 3 conscious breaths can begin to shift your entire state. Visualizing light around your body, imagining yourself glowing from the inside out, can also uplift your field. When you pair that with true feeling, like love or gratitude, you send out a powerful signal that the universe begins to echo back. And when you take care of your body with love, when you feed it, move it, and rest it with care, you support your energetic system in every way. It's important to remember that raising your vibration doesn't mean ignoring your challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It means choosing not to stay stuck in lower emotions. It means honoring what you feel, but guiding it to a better place. You're not meant to fight the dark. You're meant to bring light into it. Sometimes you'll fall back into old patterns. That's normal. Vibrational mastery is like training a muscle. You get stronger with practice. It's not about never slipping. It's about noticing when you do and gently returning to center. The more often you do this, the more stable your vibration becomes. And the more stable it becomes, the more clearly you can feel the rhythm of the universe. You begin to move with it instead of against it. You know when to act, when to rest, when to speak, when to listen. You become part of the larger symphony. Life becomes less of a struggle and more of a dance. In the end, the secret isn't just in knowing how vibration works. It's in living it, in waking each day with awareness of what you're sending out, in breathing, feeling, speaking, and acting in a way that honors the energy you want to live in. Because when your vibration is strong and clear, the universe doesn't just hear you, it responds. You don't have to chase your future. You have to become the frequency of the life you want. The rest will find its way to you. Creation doesn't begin somewhere outside of you. It starts inside. In that quiet moment when a thought appears, something powerful is set in motion. Think of your mind as a wide, open field. Every thought is like a tiny, invisible seed you plant. The emotions you feel are the water that either helps those seeds grow strong or leaves them dry and weak. What comes from this process, what shows up in your life, is the fruit, the result of what was once only a quiet idea. In simple terms, your thoughts are seeds, your emotions are water, and your vibration, the energy you send out, is the fruit. This is the natural order of things. You can't grow peace if you plant fear. You can't get abundance if your thoughts are full of lack. The universe doesn't judge you. It simply mirrors the energy you give it. Your mind is the first place where reality takes shape. It's where you begin to create the world you see. Every thought sends out a vibration, like ripples spreading across still water. These ripples reach others, touch events, attract people, and shape your experiences. Everything starts where no one else can see it. Everything begins within you. Take a look at your life right now. Every event, every person, every challenge and blessing, these are all reflections of what you carry inside. Your external life is a mirror of your internal world. You're not just an observer. You're not just someone reacting to life. You are creating it. Maybe without realizing it, but creating it nonetheless. You are the artist, the gardener, the musician of your own experience. This is why every thought matters. Every emotion you hold shapes the way your life unfolds. Thoughts build the foundation. Emotions give energy to that foundation. And your vibration, the overall feel of your inner state, sends out the signal that creates the results you experience. Here's the best part. No thought is permanent. At any time, you can choose a new one. You can plant new seeds, feed them with better emotions, and change the entire energy you send out. This means you can shift the direction of your life, not by force, but by tuning what's happening inside of you. Think of reality as a giant mirror. What you see outside is always responding to what you hold inside. This is an old truth that spiritual teachings have spoken of for centuries. As within, so without. As above, so below. What's hidden inside you shows up in the world around you. Many people believe life happens to them, but the truth is, life happens through them. The world isn't random. It's responsive. It responds to your vibration, not to your wishes, not to your words, but to your true energy. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Now imagine this. The universe is like a calm lake. Each thought you think, each emotion you feel, every belief you carry, they're like stones you drop into that lake. Those stones create ripples that move outward and eventually come back to you, carrying events, people, and situations that match your energy. If you throw a stone of fear, fear returns to you. If you throw love, love comes back. It's so subtle that many people don't even realize they're creating their own reality. Let me share a story to make this clearer. Long ago, in a quiet mountain village, there lived a wise old man. People said he could see someone's soul just by looking into their eyes. One day, a young man came to him, full of sadness and frustration. He said he felt cursed, that nothing in his life ever worked out. The old man took him up the mountain to a lake so still it looked like a mirror. "Shout your fears into the water," he told the young man. So he did. His words were loud and angry, and the lake stirred with waves. Then the elder said, "Now speak words of love." When the young man did, the water calmed again, reflecting the golden sunlight. The old man said, "Life is like this lake. It doesn't choose how to respond. It just reflects what you give it." And in that moment, the young man understood something deep. His real struggle wasn't with life, it was with what he carried inside. You are no different. You are like a musical instrument, and the tune you play within is what the universe responds to. When your inner music is peaceful and clear, the world reflects peace and clarity back to you. When your inner music is chaotic or fearful, that's what returns. This isn't about blame, it's about understanding your power. The universe doesn't judge or punish. It simply reflects your vibration, like a mirror or an echo. And here's something even more amazing. Science has begun to show this too. There's a field of study called cymatics, which shows how sound effects matter. In cymatic experiments, sand or powder is placed on a metal plate. When sound waves pass through the plate, the particles begin to move. And as the sound continues, the particles form beautiful, perfect geometric patterns. The higher the sound's frequency, the more detailed and complex the design. What was once just scattered dust becomes something meaningful and beautiful, all shaped by invisible vibrations. This proves something ancient cultures already knew. Vibration creates form. It doesn't just influence matter, it organizes it. The spiral of a shell, the shape of a flower, even the structure of your own body, these all carry the marks of vibration. Ancient temples and pyramids weren't just built for decoration. They were designed using sound and geometry, aligning with the natural frequencies of the earth and universe. People didn't just walk into these places, they felt them. The vibrations of these spaces affected their energy, brought healing, focus, clarity. These were not just buildings. They were vibrational tools. Now, bring this back to your own life. Just like sand on a metal plate, the pieces of your life, your relationships, your career, your well-being are being shaped by the vibration you send out. Your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, these are the sound waves. And the reality that forms around you is the pattern. Vibration is not just theory. It's the invisible language that builds everything. And you are speaking that language all the time, whether you know it or not. Your body is the instrument of creation. Every emotion you feel is a note in a song. Joy sounds light and free, like birds at sunrise. Sadness is deeper, heavier, like a slow drumbeat. Fear tightens your energy and shrinks your world. Love opens everything. It expands your field. It makes you glow. Emotions aren't just something you feel, they're something you emit. They move through your body, through your energy, and out into the world. Others can feel it. Life responds to it. So taking care of your emotions isn't just for your own peace. It's how you keep your energy tuned. Imagine your energy like a golden harp. When you're angry, the strings go out of tune. When you're stuck in guilt or fear, the music becomes strained or silent. But when you feel gratitude, compassion, joy, the heart begins to play clearly again. Ancient wisdom always taught that the real work isn't about fixing the outside world. It's about tuning your own energy first. You don't need to shout. You don't need to beg the universe to listen. Just tune your inner music so clearly that the universe can't help but respond. Because in the end, reality doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you vibrate. Your emotions are not just passing feelings. They're powerful forces that move through your body like waves of energy. Each emotion has its own unique vibration, like a musical note. And your body, your living, breathing self, is the instrument that plays those notes. You're not just skin, muscles, and bones. You're a finely tuned antenna, made to send and receive energy in every moment of your life. Every cell inside you hums with energy. Every part of your body, from your heart to your hands, vibrates and communicates with the world around you. Even though you may not see it, you're constantly connected to the energy that surrounds you. You're part of a much bigger field. You're in constant conversation with life through what you feel, think, and imagine. Deep within your body are energy centers that ancient wisdom has talked about for thousands of years. These are called chakras. They're not something you can see with the naked eye, but they're just as real. Chakras are like spinning wheels of energy that help you take in information from the world, process it, and send it back out. They play a big role in how you feel, think, and act. Each one holds different emotions and helps balance your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And the most powerful way to tune into these energy centers is through something simple and always with you, your breath. Breathing isn't just for staying alive. It's a tool for resetting your energy. When you breathe slowly and deeply, you calm your mind. You release tension. You make space for new energy to come in. Each inhale is a chance to take in something new. Each exhale is an invitation to let go of what you no longer need. Tucked inside the center of your brain is a tiny but powerful gland called the pineal gland. It's been called the eye of the soul by many ancient cultures. This little part of you helps you sense things that are beyond what your eyes and ears can detect. It connects you to your intuition, those inner feelings and dreams that seem to come from somewhere beyond logic. Through this gland, you tap into invisible truths and deeper understandings. It helps open the door to your higher awareness. Even when you're sitting still, even when you say nothing at all, you are vibrating. You are always sending out energy. You may not realize it, but your inner state, your emotions and thoughts are always being broadcast to the universe. It's not your words that speak the loudest. It's your energy. The universe responds to that energy, not to what you say you want, but to the vibration you're putting out into the world. There are moments when everything seems to work effortlessly. People smile at you. Opportunities show up without trying. You feel like you're in the right place at the right time. That feeling of flow isn't luck. It's resonance. It means your energy is in harmony with the world around you. You're tuned in. You're aligned. And life responds to that. At other times, things feel blocked or heavy. You feel tired, disconnected, or overwhelmed. That doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It simply means your inner signal needs some tuning. Your personal antenna, the energetic instrument you are, might need a little attention. These moments are reminders. They're signals that it's time to reconnect, to realign, to return to your natural state. The center of this energetic harmony lives in your heart. For a long time, we've been told that the brain is the most powerful part of the body. But science is now catching up to what ancient wisdom has always known. The heart is incredibly powerful. In fact, it creates an electromagnetic field that is thousands of times stronger than the brain. That means what you feel in your heart has more influence over your life than what you think in your mind. Your heart doesn't just keep you alive. It sends waves of energy outward, waves that carry your emotions and shape the world around you. When your heart feels love, gratitude, or peace, those feelings ripple outward, touching everything. These vibrations are real. They're measurable. They affect people, places, and events more than you realize. This is why just thinking positively isn't enough. You can tell yourself happy thoughts all day, but if your heart isn't feeling it, the energy doesn't land. You might say you're fine, but if your inner state is full of fear or sadness, that's what you're actually radiating. Thought can point the way, but feeling is what moves the energy forward. When your heart is open and full of love or joy, your energy field expands. You become magnetic. People feel drawn to you. Life flows toward you more easily. Your whole presence becomes brighter, and you start to attract experiences that match that light. But when your heart is closed or afraid, your energy field tightens. You might feel small, disconnected, or stuck. The good news is you can always change it. The key is something called coherence. It means your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are in sync. They're working together in harmony. When you truly believe in something, feel it in your heart, and live it in your choices, your vibration becomes strong and steady. It creates a powerful signal that the universe hears clearly. Your words are also a big part of that signal. Every word you speak carries energy. Words are not just sounds, they're vibrations that go out into the world and create impact. When you speak with kindness, love, and truth, you uplift the energy around you. When you speak from anger, fear, or bitterness, the energy becomes heavy. That's why the words you choose matter more than you might think. Mantras, affirmations, and prayers aren't just spiritual traditions. They're tools for shaping energy. When you speak a mantra, you're tuning your energy. You're sending a clear message to your body and to the universe. Each word becomes a brushstroke in the painting of your reality. Spoken with feeling and intention, words can help shift your entire vibration. Still, life isn't always light. We all go through tough moments. We all carry heavy emotions from time to time. That's completely normal. The real power comes not from avoiding these emotions, but from learning how to move through them. Even the darkest emotion can be changed. Every feeling can be transformed. That's the magic of energy. It's always moving, always shifting. There are simple ways to shift your state. You don't need complicated rituals. One way is to remember a time when you felt really good, maybe a moment of love, peace, or strength. Let yourself feel that memory again, not as something in the past, but as something alive inside you now. Let that feeling fill you up. That's called emotional anchoring. It helps lift your vibration when you're feeling low. Another powerful tool is your breath. Just a few deep, mindful breaths can change everything. When you breathe with awareness, you tell your body and mind that it's safe to relax. You invite your energy to reset and rebalance. Breath is one of the fastest ways to shift your vibration. You can also use your imagination. Picture yourself surrounded by golden light. See that light filling your body, warming your heart, and expanding beyond your skin. This kind of visualization works best when you feel it, not just see it. The universe responds not just to thoughts, but to thoughts backed by real feeling. To stay aligned, it helps to care for all parts of yourself. Treat your body with love. Think thoughts that support your well-being. Feel emotions that lift your spirit. When your body, mind, and heart work together, you become clear, strong, bright. And in that state, low energy can't stay for long. It fades. It clears. It makes space for more of who you really are. This is what it means to become your own energy healer. You don't need to fix everything in one day. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stay aware. Notice how you feel. Choose again when you drift. Keep coming back to center. That's the practice. That's the path. And the more you practice, the easier it becomes. Life responds in new ways. You begin to feel more peace, more joy, more alignment. But even then, there will be days when you feel off, when you fall back into old patterns. That doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human. It means you're still learning how to live with awareness. Changing your vibration is like building a muscle. It takes time. It takes care. It takes consistency. One good day doesn't make everything perfect. And one hard day doesn't erase your progress. What matters is that you keep showing up. Keep choosing to feel. Keep choosing to tune in. It's not about forcing happiness. It's about learning how to return to balance. About listening to yourself with compassion. About choosing over and over again to vibrate from love. Every breath you take, every kind word you speak, every honest feeling you allow, that's part of your music. That's part of your vibration. And that vibration shapes your life in ways you might not yet understand. Because you're not just part of the universe. You are the universe expressing itself as a unique vibration. And when you remember that, when you live from that truth, you begin to create a life that feels more like home. In the beginning, living with awareness and higher energy feels like effort. You have to keep reminding yourself to stay grateful, to focus on love, to breathe deeply and think positively. At first, it's like learning a new language or playing a new instrument, awkward, slow, and sometimes frustrating. But if you keep showing up, something starts to shift. What was once forced becomes natural. The love you used to chase begins to rise up on its own. Gratitude doesn't have to be searched for, it's just there. Strength isn't something you pretend to have, it's part of who you are. You stop trying to vibrate higher because now that higher state has become your home. You become the music you once struggled to play. But even music that flows beautifully still needs tuning. Even the most skilled musician still needs to care for their instrument. And in the same way, staying in a higher state of being doesn't mean you can forget to protect your energy. In fact, the more light you carry, the more carefully you must guard it. There are invisible traps on this path, subtle things that seem small but can slowly pull your vibration down. These aren't dramatic events. They're quiet, everyday moments. Checking your phone too often, getting lost in social media, overloading your mind with too much information, or spending time around energy that doesn't nourish you. Each of these is like a small tear in your energetic field. You don't always notice the damage right away, but over time, they weaken your connection to the peace and power you've built. Even something as simple as a constant stream of notifications can break your focus and scatter your energy. The mind, once steady and present, begins to drift again. And with that drifting comes distraction, stress, and a feeling of being pulled in 100 directions. You're still trying to live from your heart, but the outside world keeps tugging at you. Then there are the emotional habits we all fall into, like complaining. It's so common that we barely notice it. But every complaint is like an energetic signal to the universe that says something is wrong. And when you keep saying something is wrong, even just in your thoughts, you strengthen the very things you want to change. The same goes for judgment. When you judge others or even yourself, you're reinforcing a sense of separation. You move away from unity, and that throws off your inner harmony. The media doesn't help either. The constant flood of bad news, fear, and division slowly poisons your energy if you're not careful. It doesn't mean you should ignore the world or live in denial. It just means you must choose what you allow into your space. Your energy is not unlimited. It can be drained. And it's your responsibility to notice when that happens and to gently step away from what no longer serves you. Protecting your energy isn't about hiding. It's about staying awake. It's about learning how to live with an open heart while also knowing when to close the door. You don't need to absorb everything. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to walk away from people or situations that dim your light. You don't have to justify it. You don't need permission. Your inner peace is reason enough. Imagine your energy like a flame in the middle of a storm. It's delicate, yet powerful. And to keep it burning, you must shield it from the winds of noise, stress, and negativity. You don't smother it, you just protect it. Gently, respectfully, intentionally. Your energy is sacred. It connects who you are now with who you're becoming. It's the invisible thread between your current reality and the future you're stepping into. Every word you speak, every thought you hold, every action you take strengthens or weakens that thread. And as you become more aware of this, something beautiful happens. You start to feel the rhythm underneath everything. You begin to hear the quiet music that the universe has always been playing. The music behind the noise. This music is not random. The universe is not just a chaotic stage. It is a vast, living symphony. Everything flows with rhythm, the stars, the ocean tides, the seasons, the movement of the sun and moon. Even your breath, even your heartbeat. You're not separate from it. You are part of the dance. Learning to vibrate higher is really about learning to listen to this deeper rhythm. It means you stop pushing all the time and start sensing. You begin to understand when it's time to act and when it's time to rest. When to speak and when to be silent. When to move forward and when to simply be still. This is the wisdom of nature. Trees don't bloom in winter. Rivers don't try to fight the rocks. They move around them, dancing their way toward the sea. The river doesn't resist the path. It flows. When you live this way, aligned with the greater rhythm, life begins to feel easier. You don't have to force things. Doors open for you. Opportunities find you. Answers arrive without struggle. Because you're in sync with the universe. You're flowing with the current instead of fighting against it. But when you push against the rhythm, when you act out of fear or rush during times that are meant for rest, you feel stuck. You feel heavy. You feel like you're walking through water with weights on your ankles. That's the resistance that comes when you disconnect from the flow. To live in harmony with the universe requires humility. You stop trying to control everything. You realize you don't have to force your way forward. You just have to tune in. Because the path is already being made for you. You're not the only one moving. Life itself is moving with you. You just need to listen, trust, and take aligned steps. And as you do, something magical starts to happen. Certain energies begin to awaken inside you. You may not always have words for them, but you'll feel their power. They're like inner tools, or better yet, inner flames that help you stay in that higher vibration. The first is your will, your inner fire. This is your drive to keep going, to create, to choose growth even when it's hard. It's what helps you stay focused when everything around you is chaotic. It's not loud or aggressive. It's steady, quiet strength. It's the part of you that knows why you're here and won't give up even when the road is long. Then there's love. Not the kind from movies or stories, but a deeper, fuller love. A love that sees everything and everyone as part of the same whole. When you live from this love, your energy field expands. People feel it. Spaces change because of it. And the universe reflects it right back. Love is the strongest energy you can carry. It's not just an emotion. It's the very language the universe speaks. And finally, there's your voice. Your words. When you speak with awareness, with love and fire behind your words, you're not just talking. You're shaping energy. You're setting intention. Every sentence becomes a thread in the fabric of your reality. That's how powerful your voice is. It's a tool of creation. When your fire, your love, and your words work together, you don't just understand vibration, you become it. You're no longer trying to attract a better life. You are radiating the frequency that naturally brings it toward you. You become the music, the dancer, the dance. And now, with these forces alive in you, the journey begins to deepen. You're not just waking up, you're stepping into a new version of yourself. The path is expanding. A new space is opening. You're ready to go further. Something is waiting on the other side. Not an end, but a new beginning. A deeper chapter of connection, wisdom, and light. So don't rush off just yet. There's more to explore. Another door is open. Another moment is calling. Let's step through it together.